So I made all the boys like carefully try to pick him up
Oh my
and like
gosh.
position him back. Because I was like, if you fall and I get in trouble, like I don't have time for this, man. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
And so it was that was a day.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
definitely a day. Yeah.
Yeah. Those moments where you're like, oh, I'm the adult. Like
I'm
we
the
feel like
adult.
someone should there should be an
Is
adult
there a
here.
more adult here?
Yeah,
That
an
would
adult
be
here.
so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were so many times that I had experiences like that. The worst part would be when I would do like the online games like Kahoot or Quizlet or one of those, and I would just not recognize some of the foul names that they were putting in. And I would just be like, that's a weird name. And I would stare at it because I let them choose whatever name they wanted, and I learned my lesson quite quickly that when they did that, that meant it was going to be like, Ben space Dover, right? Like Ben Dover or
Amanda Hug and Kiss. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But usually it would be like really foul, or it would be using like slang terminology that I was not even familiar with. And I would like, I don't. I was about to say something really foul, and I was like, I don't know if that we could bleep
it out. Yeah,
we'll bleep it out if we
out.
need to. It would be stuff like referencing bukkake and stuff like that. That I'm like, and I would just have it would be like buck and then aki, like separate, and I would be like, that's fine. That's not a bad thing. And then afterwards, like a really sweet girl would come up and be like, miss, that was a reference to, and I'm like. It was a reference to what?
Oh.
Or it'd be like a Post-it note they like slid onto my desk, like Google this next time. Don't put that up there. Because of course kids are like taking pictures, cracking up, and I'd be like, all right, Buck Aki, amazing job leading the pack today. What a winner, Buck. Way to go. And like
See, I don't trust nobody. I went in knowing these kids not to be trusted. Absolutely not. Not in a million years. I really struggled with, especially again, being in the pods with newbie teachers only.
Yeah.
My first year, like my big scary trauma from that year was from this one parent. And I could write a book with each chapter being a different situation from this lady. But I'll tell you the first one that started it. And this set the tone for the entire year. So this woman contacted me. So, like, did you guys have Remind?
Yes.
You know what Remind is? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we had Remind. For those that don't know, it's like an application where teachers can like quote text kids and parents without actually giving their personal information. And I had my hours set to weekdays from 7:30 to 3, and that's when they could send me a Remind message. And I remember getting an email from this parent that said, "Hey, Connor needs a better way to get in touch with you." And I said, "Oh, well, Connor has my Remind." No. There are some times where he sends you Remind messages where you don't respond. And I said, "Yeah, are you referring to when he like sends me messages at 8 p.m. or like on Saturdays? That I don't have office hours during those times, so he's not going to get a response from me at those times." Well, he needs your phone number so that if he needs to get in touch with you and you're not on Remind, he can. And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable giving you my phone number." And she goes, "I didn't ask you for your phone number." And I like went back in my email and looked.
Did you cite
and
her
I was like,
to
no,
herself?
No, it's right there.
Quote.
And I said, "Sorry, maybe we misunderstood each other. Bottom line is these are my hours for Remind. He can get in touch with me during those hours. If he messages me outside of those hours, I will, when I come back to office hours, I will see it whenever I come back." And she, again, "Okay, but can you get your number for when you are unavailable, when he asked me an additional time and used the word phone number."
Like, ma'am.
And I said, "Once again, I don't give out my phone number. I'm not comfortable with that." And she like snapped. She's like, "You're making me out to be some kind of creep, okay? I never even asked you for your phone number. You need to stop with these accusations. Like, it's not cute." And
you're like, "Well, I was trying to be cute, so that's unfortunate to hear."
I was stunned. And then like 2 hours later, I get a call from the front office.
Oh my God.
And apparently she called the secretary and asked them for my phone number. And I was like, what? And they're like, we didn't give it to her, obviously, but like, you might just need to check in and see if she needs something.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh.
sent her a third email and I was like, hey, Miss Smith,
Again,
I just got a call from the office. They said you were looking for my phone number to get in contact with me. I just wanted to check in and see if there was anything I could do for you. And she, again, I don't know why you keep accusing me of these creepy things. Like, I'm not a stalker.
Oh,
and I'm like,
my gosh.
okay.
You know what I would do? I would just start full on trolling her and be like, I am so sorry I'm not approachable enough. The way I actually prefer to be communicated with is via carrier pigeon. So if you could train a carrier pigeon.
One time I did stand up for myself, like during another issue. It was when she told me that I was not being proactive enough in helping her child deal with his severe medical condition, which was ADHD that I also have, that I was fulfilling all accommodations for.
Right.
But it was because she wanted me to walk him to lunch and steer him away from the red Gatorade. And she was very upset I would not do that. I digress. I once told her I no longer feel comfortable like communicating with you one-on-one, and I would prefer if you go through my administrator. Like, please contact the administrator because I no longer feel very comfortable in these one-on-ones. And then my principal told me I wasn't allowed to do that.
What? Why?
She's like, you're not allowed to tell a parent that you're not going to communicate with them.
That's not
and
what
I'm
you
like,
said.
she's calling me stupid. Like, I don't like. She's telling me that I had no right to like tell her kid he can't plagiarize his project. She's like telling me I have to leave my third period class to walk her kid to lunch and make sure and watch him.
A high schooler.
Because it's my response. Yeah, a 14-year-old boy.
Like, we're not talking about a 6-year-old. We're talking about a high schooler who, at this point, ma'am, if you like that's on you. Like how you choose to parent your child. And if it is that important to you that they don't get red dye number 4 or whatever it is you're concerned about in their system, like have that conversation. We are not like we're not therapy dogs. Thank you so much for watching. Want more of Those Who Can't Do in your life? Well, you can watch the full episode right now. Just click on that little box over there. You see it? Right down there? There it is. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Okay, bye.